Okay. What are you tossing around over there?
So the water at my house is cancer, literally. So we have to drink water bottles, and I've unfortunately accumulated a few in my very warm office.
That's good.
So when this is done, I'll have to. Awesome.
Yeah, you got to get those out of there.
Gotta put them in the recycling bin.
Yeah. So I always love doing shit like this because we just recorded something else, and now like that is gonna come after this, only by like a week. But I do know both of you were at the live listen, so I'm hoping you can tell me what happened last time on This Isn't Normal.
No.
Um.
It's okay. This one is less serious, and I'll probably ask for the same recap next week. But just like a quick, just get everyone up to speed.
Chris went to the airport for 45 minutes. Iris went to a new fun and exciting dimension with Arden. They both loved it. They didn't. They went to Red Hell. Arden hated it a lot. Which is fair. It's awful. And who did I mention already?
Chris, you've gone in reverse order. You went Chris, Iris.
Oh, excellent. And Cosmo went to dinner.
Cosmo did go to dinner
with Ozma's family.
Yeah.
And Ozma.
And had cherry pie. It was so good.
Yeah.
And
very tempting to eat the D's share.
Oh, that's
Almost.
Right. Yeah. That was a pretty solid recap.
Thanks.
That was pretty good. So you guys are going to be prepping for your trip very shortly, but not this episode shortly, because we are without dear beloved co-star Mark today. And so I thought maybe we could explore like the highest stakes adventure possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like world ending shit right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we're actually going to pick up immediately after. I don't know if you guys remember this specifically, but like you guys said goodbye to Chris, Iris, super sweaty, Cosmo, had a really nice night. You guys went to go get Blunkin.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to pick up immediately after you're leaving Blunkin Plus Plus with coffees in hand, where you see a panicked looking Snoop Bonny Donny absolutely like wrecking the lobby. I'm talking like knocking over vases, throwing like seemingly endless armfuls of papers up in the air, just wrecking shit.
I'll run over. Hey Snoop, are you good? Are you okay?
Yeah, man, I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah, you should probably stop.
He grabs you by the shoulders. The cosmic health inspector's coming, man.
Oh, you don't own a mop.
Yeah. He grabs one of the papers and like pushes it in your face, and he's like, "Read this, man."
Okay. I read this, man.
You read this, man. It says, "Dear restaurant owner, you have been randomly selected to participate in a cosmic health inspection to verify the integrity of your eating establishment. We will be there," and the date is like this garbled mass of unintelligible characters. "Please have your restaurant in pristine order before then. Love, the Cosmic Health Inspector."
So, like, what are you worrying about, though?
Oh, man, I got like 3 hours, man.
Oh!
I got like 3 hours. Man, listen, okay, all right. So the restaurant has a basement, man, and I didn't really use it for anything because it kind of freaked me out a little bit. But when I got the fucking papers, man, I sent Gregley down to the basement. All right, that was 3 days ago, man. I haven't seen him since.
What?
Can't send us after Gregley. Gregley doesn't like us.
3 days ago?
Man, he's been down
He's
there
dead.
3
He's
days.
dead
No,
now.
he's not dead.
How do you know he hasn't been back in 3 days?
Oh my god, man. I don't even know what's down there. It could be like evil cockroaches. It could be psychic rats, man. It could be like frogs. Maybe the frogs are living down there, man. I got no idea. I got no one I can turn to, man.
Cosmo's holding a knife. Like, no problem. We'll go down there. I'll check it out. I'll see what's down there. If it's a frog.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right back. Come on, Iris.
Oh
To
my
Dragon
god.
Iris.
Okay, what? Okay.
No, just a fun little best friend basement adventure. We'll be right back.
I got my Lunkin.
Hold my Blunkin. I gotta stab a frog.
Oh, okay. What if there's not even frogs down here?
Well, I have to. Arden can't be my therapist anymore, and I read on the internet that rage therapy, like rage rooms, are really good. So if it's like a space bug, or actually if it's a space bug, we're gonna take pictures of it, and then we'll beat it up. It's just like we're gonna make a rage room in the basement, and if it's Gregory, I promise not to stab Gregory.
All right. I guess I can. I guess I can allow that.
Skipping.
Snoop calls after. I thought I'd have to spend more time convincing you, man.
No, you mentioned
No.
frogs. It's too late.
Thank
I'm
God.
unstable. Don't worry about it.
Basement's past the kitchen.
Okay. Don't lock us down there.
See you later.
Do you guys head in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You see actually, you know who you see? You see Anderson Rivers, that guy who was locked in a room. He's standing
Where's he at?
He's standing at the empty counter in the restaurant going, "Hello?"
Oh my god, it's you! Oh my god, sir!
He looks over and
Pat him on the
goes,
shoulder. Sir, I feel so bad about this. I don't know if you remember us, but when you were locked in a building a couple of days ago?
Remember, yes.
Yeah, I gave you the wrong word. I'm so sorry. The Caldera is the name of the company. The name of the floor is the Reflect floor. That's my bad.
She's been really thinking about this for like weeks.
It was really weighing on me because like I made it my personal goal to expose everything about Caldera to as many people as I could, and I really fucked it up. So I really want to apologize for that.
Oh, thank you. Is management still up there?
Oh no.
No, they were violently ejected by the frogs.
Yeah.
Have you seen the frogs?
Don't. If you see a frog, run, man. Like, actually, don't.
You see, just for a second, this like dark glower cover his face, and as quickly as it's there, it recedes and is replaced by what looks like an earnest smile. I could have anyone roll psychology if they wanted to determine if it's genuine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm friendly with this guy. I don't like his weird demeanor. I got a 14. I don't think that's going to be enough.
I don't have anything added to psychology.
Hold on, we're checking Cosmo's sheet real fast.
Let's see. I fucking dropped one of my D10. It doesn't even matter. It's at least a 40.
I got so close. I was just you know what? I can spend luck. I'll spend 4 points of luck, and I just pass it.
Okay. So you get the feeling that Anderson is actually lying through his teeth when he says, "Oh, that's no problem. Don't even worry about it. Hey, I really appreciate you coming over here and making that correction. Really appreciate it."
No problem, man.
Say, the restaurant, is it open? I thought it was open right now.
Oh yeah, we have to go into help the restaurant owner because he locked his poop boy, scrubby, whatever waiter. Maybe.
Gregory? He has a name.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I don't care about Gregory very much. He locked his Gregory in the basement. There might be like frogs. I like holding the knife I was holding a little tighter in the basement, so we're just gonna go clean it up.
He glances at your knife.
Or roaches.
He glances at your knife and then back to you and says, "Well, I certainly won't get in your way. I I guess I will take my friends to dine elsewhere. Enjoy the rest of your day. And he
Try.
just like backs away slowly.
If you need Snoop, he's in the lobby freaking out.
Try the Blunkin. And I'm going into
Oh,
the kitchen.
Blunkin's great.
Yeah, get the bloat milk.
You kick open the door into the kitchen. And you see that like all the fryers are on, all the like ovens seem to be open. There's a ton of prep work. And you see like this short little angry elf, looks pretty similar to Ted actually.
Oh
Sort of
my
like
god.
with his arms crossed, and he's like kicking his foot impatiently, and he's like, God fucking damn it.
Sup, girl?
Oh my god, where'd you come from?
Sorry, we were hired to find Gregley.
Gregley. Gregley's the least of my problems. Where the fuck are the customers? Where are the orders?
Well, if you go into the front of the restaurant, you will find that Snoop is actually fucking losing it in the lobby instead of in the restaurant.
Fucking Snoop. Let me tell you something. I gave up a damn good gig to come here and cook fucking weird ass food for Snoop Bonny Donny.
Okay.
And you're telling me he's not even out there running the front?
No, he said I have like a crisis, I think, over the what did he say? The cosmic something restaurant?
Well, he's gonna be having a freak out about our cosmic revenue if he doesn't get over here and start taking orders. Fucking Gregley's been screaming down there for 3 days.
What? What do you mean screaming?
He's been screaming his bloody head off for 3 days.
And you didn't go to like check?
It's not my fucking job to go down there.
Well, I don't think it's Gregley's job either.
Well, listen. I was very clear in my contract, and he pulls out like this grease-covered like stack of papers. He says, "Read the first line. Read the 1st line, buddy."
I'm literally not gonna read that.
All right, I'll read it for you.
Read it either.
It says, my sole fucking job here is I'm gonna cook, and you're gonna pay me an iced black coffee.
Okay, so if we got you some.
You didn't think to extort like an extra iced black coffee out of him by offering to check what Gregley was screaming about?
Is Gregley still screaming, by the way?
No, no, he's not.
Cosmo's
Gregley's dead.
just slipping away to the basement, like, all right, you're a terrible chef, and you're an even worse friend. See you later.
I'm inclined to agree with both of those things. You should go see if you can get Ted back in the restaurant. We're gonna go get Gregley. Bye.
Yeah, if you want customers, they're heading towards Blunkin.
He calls, "Wait, Ted's here too?"
Yeah, check the charm shot. Okay, bye. Close the door.
Okay.
Did I say Ted? I meant to say Snoop.
So you stand at the top of some very dimly lit stairs. They're like old unfinished basement style stairs, so like kind of nasty, dirty wood. There's no backing behind each step. It's just kind of like board all the way down.
That's sick.
And you can see that there is just this sort of one naked dim light bulb held up by a string from the ceiling. Down at the bottom, looks like there's probably another dim bulb down there. What you hear is this sort of like chittering. But as you squeak onto the first 2 steps, the chittering goes dead silent.
It's bugs.
Getting hated in here.
Unless they got a new frog, like insect frog or something, but I doubt the commitment to that.
No, that definitely exists. You know what? There's probably basement frog. There's probably deep horror frog. Like there's probably bog frog. Oh my god, silverfish frog.
I don't actually want to meet that guy.
I'm coming to stab you, silverfish frog.
I hope he's not down there.
Do you guys work your way down the stairs?
Yeah, I'm just stabbing in the dark sometimes.
Okay.
Makes me feel better.
One creaking and stabbing step at a time, you all work your way down to the dingy landing. And as you turn around the corner and face this next dim light bulb, you see that it's located about 30 feet out from you on a hard concrete floor. In the center of this floor is a chair where sits Gregley. And around his neck, he has a sign which reads jury.
What is this, like rat court down here? What is this?
As soon as you say that, the rest of the lights, the rest of the lights flick on. And I need you to know, everything I'm about to tell you has not changed since you said, "What is this rat court?" On either side are stands, small wooden stands, teeming with rats.
Oh, it's like cockroach court, but it's rats.
Cosmo's jaw drops.
Why did you have to say rat court?
And
what? I mean, backcourt.
and behind Gregley, more lights illuminate, and you see this podium, with these like three rats sort of forming like almost like a first, second, and third place tier, but they're like podiums with rats sitting behind them. And Gregley rolls his eyes and says, "Wait, have you done this before?"
What?
No.
How the fuck did you know this was rat court? And the rat in the top position says, "Silence." Sorry, I thought the rest of you might have more to say if I shut Gregley up.
No, made the right call. What? I'm sorry. I made a funny joke because I saw a rat earlier, and the word jury just seemed like hilarious to me. What is this? What actually is this?
This is your trial.
Our trial? What?
For crimes.
Crime.
Plentiful crimes.
No.
Could you list them?
Yes.
Non-crime. No crimes.
The murder of Okranek in Blar Harbor. The murder of Legendary in Derryton, as well as the murder of Stabby Frog, also known as the Murderer, also known as in Derryton. I can keep going if you want.
We did none of those.
And that's not including the crimes you haven't committed yet.
Hey, that's not something you can try someone for.
Under what authority do you even have to try us for these things?
Under the authority of the kingdom of psychic rats! And all the rats start, like, chittering.
What the fuck?
He says, "All right,
I'm not
quiet." And he bangs a little rat gavel.
Participating in your farce.
Fine. Then we'll kill Gregley.
Oh, and that makes you somehow better than our alleged crimes.
Gregley looks up and says, "I'm sorry, wait, did you say they You guys did kill Legendary!"
No, we did not do that.
You did.
Gregley, we saw you do it.
He looks up at the rats. He says, See, this is what they do." And
What? Why are you saying that like you know us?
And the head rat says, "How do you plead?"
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Okay, fuck that. The second rat says, "I told you they wouldn't plead guilty." "Shut up, Bartholomew." "You sure? You still can. This is rat court. The rules are sort of different."
You know, I'm pretty set on not guilty.
Yeah, sorry, my microphone isn't picking me up, but not guilty.
Fine. Do you all know what was supposed to happen about 13-ish years ago? Maybe 11 years ago?
No.
Oh, I was like a teenager.
Humanity was supposed to die. Every single thing on Earth was supposed to die.
That seems bad. Bleak, even.
Perhaps bleak. And some other individuals thought so too. Individuals who were able to manipulate a different outcome.
Okay.
Those
Yell at
individuals.
them?
What?
Are you going to try them as well?
Oh, their crimes are well documented and have already been punished.
I mean,
That's good to know.
But a different issue was raised, namely, now humanity continues. And now humanity is faced with a new crisis, one of which I'm sure you are intimately familiar with.
The Harvester entity?
The Harvester entity.
Oh, I said it as a joke. I didn't think you'd actually know about it.
can you sue them in rat court?
Can
The
I
harvester entity?
You hear the rats chittering amongst themselves. He slams the
I'm like
rat
elbowing
gavel.
Iris.
Can we do that? Hold on. Wait.
Iris, I solved it.
He slams the rat gavel down and says, "Order! Order in the court! We will try the harvester entity, should we be successful in such an endeavor, at a later date. It is not here yet. However, it would not be here at all if there were nothing to harvest. You see the dilemma."
So if you guys take yourself off the menu first, we'll be right behind you, I promise.
This is not how this works.
I don't know, it's a rat court. Different laws, different rules.
We are faced with unprecedented times. Will you accept responsibility for your role in the summoning of the harvester entity?
No.
The second in command rat says, "I told you they weren't gonna accept responsibility. Bartholomew! I swear I will have you excommunicated from this order of psychic rats."
I raise my hand.
Yes!
So if this was supposed to happen like 11 or 13 years ago, how does that involve us?
Well, the harvester entity wasn't supposed to be here 11 or 13 years ago. It was a whole different crisis that was supposed to wipe out humanity. Now, humanity is still here, as well as every other living thing, and waiting to be harvested.
I squint, processing mentally for a second, and then I say, okay, but we didn't keep humanity on the menu.
Oh, also, if we're guilty of being harvestable, aren't you also guilty of being harvestable?
The crime is
therefore
not
suffer the
being
same crime?
harvestable. That's a victim.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why you're charging us, the victims of the harvester entity, to come, but you're charging us for crimes that we also haven't committed yet, as they are to come. But I don't really like your time travel court, and I really would prefer to leave. If you want to let Gregory out, that'd be great, but I don't know. Gregory's not really my vibe.
Gregory
It
says,
really only came down to find Gregory because the restaurant is falling to ruin.
Gregory says,
Yeah.
"No, wait, guys,
Yeah?
if the cosmic health inspector sees all these rats down here, the whole thing's gonna get shut down."
Well, that's like
True.
3 hours from now.
Yes, it's very soon. There's
Okay,
rats everywhere.
Brett, what do we have to do to get you to leave the Hotel Minnesota forever? Or at least go, check into a room that's not the restaurant?
Wait, you're addressing the rats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a whole. The rat collective, if you will.
The rat collective chitters amongst themselves. And the head rat says, "Well, plead guilty, of course. This is rat court."
So what happens if we plead guilty? I want to understand the steps of your process.
Well, if you plead guilty, we will have to assess your punishment based on the charges that you plead guilty for, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So-
then are you going to disperse and leave afterwards? You're going to eat Gregory? You're going to free Gregory?
Oh, well, that's the thing. It's not really me you have to convince. It's Gregory. He's the jury.
Okay, so...
So, but what's like the potential punishment for the crimes on file that are listed?
Nothing crazy. We lock you in a dungeon for a couple 100 years, maybe nibble on your toes a little bit. There's deatomization. One time, We actually teamed up with the IRS and sent someone back to 16th century Ireland. Yes.
Well, those seem like delightful options. However, I think none of them would be fit for me, specifically because I am physically not connected to this realm of reality, solidly anymore.
They chitter amongst themselves and say, "Oh, well, your other friend could be sent to 16th century Ireland."
No, please.
Yeah, she could, but the IRS would like really be like, "Hey man, you're not supposed to be here," because like if you sent this guy back in time, this guy would definitely like fuck the timeline up so bad as quickly as possible.
Ha!
No,
That's
I
where
don't
you're
look it, but
wrong. You need to understand. We are some of the largest taxpayers in these United States of America.
What?
I think so are Cosmo's parents.
Well, actually, now that my well, at least one of I should call my mom after this. Oh my god, I haven't even really thought about her. Oh no. I might be a billionaire.
They chitter amongst themselves. And the head rat says, a billionaire, you say?
Which is a lot of taxes, I think.
I elbow Iris and I'm like, in theory.
You might be paying a lot more taxes than rats soon. Maybe.
Well,
this is
rats just got so blurry.
Is it so? Is it like the importance of court decided by how much pay in taxes? Because if that's the case, I pay so much taxes now, especially now. Do you know how many employees I have on my employee board?
Well, yes, of course. Rat court is very similar to human court in that it's there's a big wealth disparity.
I see you took after the U.S. government. I understand.
It's definitely one of those like two-tiered justice systems, you know, like the rules for like these guys and the rules for like everyone else, you know.
Of course, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Pay to win model, yeah.
Yeah, it's the pay to win model. We're just a little bit more open about it than the US courts are.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
I love gotcha court.
Yeah, it's good. Well, again, Gregley, remember, Cosmo's a billionaire. And Gregley says, "Oh, wow, isn't that something?"
Allegedly.
So what, if we just... I look at Gregley and I'm like, but if we don't plead guilty at all, then you'll just stay down here in this basement.
The third rat says, "Exhibit A, the murder of Ogranak." And the head rat says, "Oh my god, right, the evidence, yes, of course. Right. Take it away, rat number 3. And the third rat says, "Did you, or did you not, kill Ogranak in the town of Blar Harbor, Maine?"
We did not do that. We did not kill him in the town of Blar Harbor, Maine.
Really?
Yes, we did not kill Ogranak in the town of Blar Harbor, Maine.
Okay, but you did it in like this general geographic area.
I'm not saying if I may or may not have generally in the area killed Ogranak, but I definitely did not. And neither did Iris. I can attest. In fact, I was a witness to Iris not murdering Ogranak in the town of Blar Harbor. Final answer.
You You hear enthusiastic rat chitters to the effect of, "Wow, they're good. Wow, they must have studied rat law." And the head rat says, Quiet. All right. All right, you did pretty good there, didn't you? But we have more." And the rat says, "Exhibit B, the murder of the murderer in Darryton Prairies." How do you plead?
I raise my hand.
Yes, you there.
Well, are you not to derail from the plea of that for a moment? That will come secondary. But I need to know first how familiar you are with the frogs and the IRS.
We're very familiar.
All right. Well, so if you understand how the frogs work and time travel in general, you will understand that the frogs are very adamant about maintaining a timeline. We didn't actually really want to kill Stabby Frog. There was just like a situation where he was meant to die at that time, and he demanded that we kill him because if we didn't, it would disrupt the timeline, and he would always go back in time to make sure that we did it. So on that one, I do plead guilty, but only to specifically obeying the flow of time how it should have been.
Doubt and suffered a mental breakdown. So I plead not guilty due to insanity.
Yeah, Cosmo was literally, I think, like completely lost it because there was a part halfway through that fight where they just checked out and then left the room.
Shattered my phone. Fucked up.
The head rat turns to Bartholomew and says, "Chancellor Bartholomew, does this hold up?" And you see the rat flip through like this like massive book. It says section 36, subsection 18, pleading insanity. Also, disruptions to the timeline cannot be considered liable by those who are fulfilling its grand purpose. It's an old rule, sir, but it checks out. And the head rat says, "God damn it, my charges! Vanishing before my eyes."
Next charge.
Hey everyone, it's Max here for a very short, regularly scheduled ad break. What's up? It's late on a Sunday night here, and I hope you are enjoying episode 57 of the Reflection Game, the Cosmic Health Inspector. If you are, please remember to tell a friend about This Isn't Normal. You already know the drill. If you could just leave a little something on the video that says, "Hey, I liked this," it would mean the world to us. And of course, there's patreon.com/tincast, which is our financial support for the show. And if you want to sign up and be a part of that, we will thank you each and every week during this portion of the show, which is why it's time to thank Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Mulbrandt, Emilyn Laderna, Smarties, Charlie Rose, Adam Carpenter, and Marco Malmstrom for their continued support of the show. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. I'm going to let you get back into the madness nice and quick. So we'll see you hopefully next week. And until then, stay safe. Drink lots of water, and take care. Oh, there it is. Exhibit C, says the third rat. The murder of Legendary in the restaurant of Late Night Bites in the town of Derryton.
Double jeopardy. We were already tried for that and found not guilty.
No, you were not found not guilty. You pleaded not
let
guilty.
Us go. If we were guilty, they would have put us back into prison jail.
I look this rat in the eyes and I say, with confidence, I did not kill Legendary. This killing blow that killed Legendary did not come from me, and it did not come from Iris. And therefore, we are not the murderers of Legendary.
As far as I'm aware, he was lethally poisoned by dairy, which he was ironically incredibly allergic to.
Gregley says,
it was very interesting that Gregley was the server in that restaurant and not informed of that. I'm not saying Gregley's liable because he didn't cook the meal, but I am saying that it's devastating that Gregley had to be the one to have delivered the food that killed Legendary.
Unfortunately, Gregley, I don't know if you asked, but I'm under the assumption that servers typically ask if there's any allergies before they serve food. Like, that's pretty much like common courtesy. Gregley, Exhibit A, did you ever ask Legendary when he sat down?
But also, not only did you not ask, but also Legendary never specified. So I wouldn't say that they need to charge Gregley for that either.
You see like a spotlight descends directly on Gregley. The crowd goes hush silent. And Gregley says, wait, his name's Legendary. Everything he did was in the name of dairy.
I know, it's really ironic.
That, assuming makes an ass out of you and me, Gregley.
Oh God. The third rat says, Exhibit D! The staff and server policy at Late Night Bites explicitly says that all allergens must be inquired by the waitstaff. Gregory, did you ask? And Gregory says, he's legendary. That was like his whole thing. And the head rat says, Gregory, you disappoint me. Why, this tribunal was put together for the sole purpose of trying to figure out why some of Earth's most important protectors were being offed. You were hand-selected to try what we assumed was an easily guilty party. Now I find out you're just as responsible. You've broken my heart. You've broken my heart, Gregory. And the head rat keels over.
Oh, that's
Oh
devastating.
my god. He
I was
died.
going to lighten his burden a little bit and inform him that Legendary was actually kind of a criminal.
Legendary was a super murder, like a serial killer. Exhibit B, serial killer documents from Legendary.
Cosmo pulls out the notes that we took during the Legendary investigation. Look, I have these.
I always keep them on me because they're horrifying and I need to remember.
This like rat in a white like little doctor uniform, it must be like a doll toy uniform, scampers up the podium, says, my god, he died of a broken heart.
No.
Gregory,
No, he did.
Gregory, you killed him. He died of a broken heart. Gregory, you ruined him. And Gregory's like, wait, hang on a second, guys.
Iris, what is this? What is this sham?
You see
Gregory has killed again.
you see the rats start to turn restless. And they are now chittering angrily amongst themselves. As Bartholomew says, order! Order! There will be order in rat court! And one of the rats calls out, he murdered the high rat!
Well, I wouldn't say he murdered him. I would say that maybe he upset him deeply, which is not the same as murder, might I remind you all.
There were other things heavy on the high rat's heart. Just because Gregory sat there too does not make Gregory the sole reason for his death. Your generalizations also broke the heart of this high rat. If you hadn't assumed things of us, he wouldn't be so sad. So all of you are equally responsible in the death of this very sad rat.
Okay. Can you roll persuasion for me?
Yep. Oh god, please work. I was like, all right, we're either going to fight off a million rats to save Gregory, or we're going upstairs to be like, guys, rip Gregory. Let's see, that is... Oh, really good. That is a hard success.
All right. As you say that, Cosmo, the chittering gets louder and angrier.
Uh-oh.
Rat number 3 says, Exhibit D! And you can see, like, Iris, you sort of recognize this as telepathy. The body of the high, like, king rat is being levitated off in front of the podium as rat number 3 says, the murder of our high leader! And
that's disrespectful. Put him down.
And the rats lose it. Not directly at you guys, at everyone and everything.
Oh.
You have effectively frenzied the rats.
Cosmo pulls a regret face.
And
is Gregory? I assume Gregory is like tied to a chair.
No, he's just like sitting there.
I thought he was in a cage, like suspended above the floor.
No, he's just been in a chair on the floor.
I was just assuming that he's just been sat in this chair this whole time very relaxedly because they, like, I don't know, tied little strings around him or something.
If that, it's also possible he just flicked them off at some point because he seems pretty like unrestrained. I do need you all to roll combat.
Aw, beans. Well, it's a good thing I have all my health. And that's about it.
Was a decent roll. Is that just my dex again?
as it always is and has been for the 7 years we've been doing this.
I
I
forget.
got a pass.
I forget, okay, but I also passed.
All right. So what you see are the rats form into like these 3 distinct piles. And the first rat pile is actually going to mob the second rat pile as a result of your frenzying. Okay. Rat pile number 1 did not do anything. So now there's just like this tangled bunch of rats. Like 2/3 of the rats are all together. Cosmo, you're next.
Is one of the rats looking like it might attack me?
Any of the rat piles could attack you at any second.
Yeah, but if they're not like focused on me, if they're fighting each other, I'm not going to draw attention to myself. So I'm waiting to see that, like, do they seem interested more in each other, or are they like, is someone like looking at me or Iris?
I mean, there's like got to be 100 rats here. Some of them are looking at you for sure.
Fuck. Okay. Fine. I'll pull out my my brass knuckles, and I'm just gonna start punching.
Okay, you're just gonna start punching piles of rats.
Yep.
Okay, can you roll?
Yes.
They're gonna try and bite your little fingies back.
I got a hard success.
Okay. Can you roll your damage?
Yes. That's a 1d3 plus damage bonus.
Don't forget, on your attack, you get a damage bonus.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Good.
All right. Well, that's 2 points of damage.
Okay. You fucking clobber 2 rats out of the pile, dead on the ground.
Oh God.
As the second rat pile is gonna try and rat pile Iris.
No thanks. I'd like to dodge that.
All right. They got a hard success to rat you.
Give me a second. I was in the middle of pulling my hair up.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge is half dex, which is going to be so fun to accomplish. Now, I've rolled a 10, which is... Is there a specific dodge thing in here? Yes, it's a hard success.
Okay, great. They also got a hard success. Iris, you're going to take 6 points of rat damage.
Holy moly!
From a bunch of biting and clawing and scratching.
Great. That's almost a third of my health.
Yeah, but you're up next.
Well, can I just beg of you to leave with us?
To beg who?
Gregley. He's just chillaxing in a chair.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make my way back towards the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, you sort of like hop, skip, and walk delicately over to the bottom of the stairs. Rat pile number 3 is up next and is going to try and attack Cosmo.
Attack Cosmo.
That's right.
I roll dodge. Dodge the fucking rats. Oh, then no.
No.
Oh, that's actually better than I thought it was, but no, that's a no.
Okay. So you're also going to take 6 points of rat damage.
Oh.
Yeah, baby, rat damage.
I was at full health, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not saved. That's fine. I figured it was. 6 is 17. Okay, I'm fine. Ow, my rat.
Gregley is up next, and he is gonna like stand up, take the chair, and just huck it at the nearest pile of rats. Which he does very, very well. And you watch like a handful of rats just go flying out of one of the piles as he sort of gingerly makes his way over to the exit as well. Rat pile number 1 is up next, which is going to continue its assault on its peers. And does pretty good. Cosmo, you're up next.
Rats, but I'm making my way for the exit, so like rat pile number 3 closest to the exit, I'm punching it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Okay. Well, it didn't manage to attack you back, so you're kind of just like both all swatting at each other.
I'm just swinging wildly.
As you make your way back, and you can see that none of the rats seem to have really registered your departure.
God, let's get out of here.
All right.
Insane.
So you guys work your way back up to the kitchen, and standing in front of the kitchen door is a very panicked Snoop who says, "Oh my God, you guys, he's here. Did you take care of whatever was down there? Oh, hey, Gregly."
Yeah, Snoop, here, quick word of advice for you. This is no longer your basement. This is a room you're subletting to the Rats for Rat Court. This is a law office. That is not your basement.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Hang on a second.
Rat Court's in full swing down there.
Just to be clear, none of you recognize that voice. That voice did not come from Gregly or Snoop. It seems to be echoing around you.
That's correct. We were just coming up to get paper to write out the document so that they could sign the lease, because they've just been doing rat court down there without even having a lease. Can you believe it?
Is your inspector a cloud?
As you say that, this sort of shadowy figure starts like morphing out of the ground. They are clad in black shadow, much like Bean and Bean number 2. But this one has this sort of like crescent moon shaped face and this sort of hunched back with these long spindly arms sticking out from what is probably a robe. And the moon face turns towards you, Cosmo, and says, "Rats, you say?"
I kick rats, specifically.
They have a lot of things to think about and say to people.
Court is in full swing downstairs.
Snoop Bonny Donny.
Barnabas.
I thought it was going to be Barnabas Donabas.
That's absurd. His last name is Donny. It's not, you don't shorten the last name. Come on now. Is this true? You have illicit rats operating illegitimate courts in your basement. And Snoop is like, "Oh man, I don't even know about no rats, man. I this basement here, I didn't even know this was here. This isn't even a thing, right, Gregly?" And Gregly says, "Don't involve me." The inspector says, "I must investigate," and sinks back through the floor.
I recommend caution.
Well, we'll never see him again because the rats are killing everything that moves, including each other.
You guys gotta go down there. You can't let the Cosmic Health Inspector get mauled by evil rats.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that your friend Cosmic, the health inspector, I can't call him Cosmo because that's my name, is perfectly capable of handling himself. He looks like he'll just phase through the rats. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Gregly says, "Don't involve me."
Gregly, you're gonna get a raise after this.
Don't say you speak for everyone. Don't involve me in this.
Gregly, I think you deserve a raise.
I think I speak for everyone when I say that Gregly deserves a raise.
Snoop like
it's like, "Don't speak for me." We're like, "Damn, we were gonna get you a raise. Come on now."
For the second time today, Iris, your shoulders are grabbed by Snoop as he says,
"Hello."
"Oh man, you gotta go down there. You gotta get them rats off of him, man."
"No, those rats bit me a lot, and I really don't want to."
"Man, I hired you to deal with them, man."
"Well, what are you paying me?"
"Exposure."
"I already get that from my job."
Snoop, here's the thing. I will go back down there and shoot the rats with my gun if you can invite me back once a month as a guest to your restaurant after the place closes.
Yeah, as like a guest of honor type of thing.
Yes, like once a month I can come back and I get my special Cosmo dinner for saving the Cosmic Health Inspector. I give Iris a wink.
Yeah. You can just go to old Greg of the Gardens like once a month and be like, "I'd like Cosmo and Iris, please." And then he'll be like, "Oh, well, I never leave. Here they are."
You're allowed back because you're made of magic now.
Well,
but I can't come back with you unless.
Man. All right. Yeah. Drive a hard bargain. Just get those rats off of the health inspector. Oh my God, I'm gonna fail for sure.
I do my best. Shoot, Blucher Blama. What's his name? Ziggly Florp. I do my best Ziggly Florp impression and go down to the basement.
As someone who's never watched Flucher Flama, I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
As someone who's watched every episode of Future Flama, I have no idea what you just said.
I forgot what his name was. Oh, Zoidberg. That's what it was.
Oh, like the woo, 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 woo. I can't do it.
Yeah,
but...
do that with my gun right in the basement.
Okay. So as you do, Iris, are you going too?
Yeah.
You see that all of the rats have formed almost a perfect circle around the Cosmic Health Inspector, who says, and for the crime of committing riots, literally riots, rat riots no less, on private property, your crime is banishment. How do you plead? And the rats say, not guilty. And the Cosmic Health Inspector says, Exhibit A! And just motions to, like, all of this.
Everything.
And the rats are like, okay, yeah, I guess we did it. Out with you! All of you! And single file, the rats, like, mutter and scurry past on their way up and out of the kitchen.
Holding briefcases.
Yeah, they have, like, little
Rat
briefcases.
every single one of them.
The little rat doctor has, like, an oversized stethoscope he's carrying.
I stick my head under the rail, and I'm like, Mr. Cosmic Health Inspector, do you need any further assistance? Are you okay?
Oh, come on down here, why don't you?
Sure.
I skeebly dop right down there.
He looks around at all the, like, piles of rat droppings and, like, dead rat bodies, the knocked over podiums and the bent and destroyed stands. And he says, what do you see?
Chaos.
Really gross basement.
Now, you're humans, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Living?
Yes.
presumably.
Tell me something. If you were to see this scene before you in one of your living human restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
what would you think of it?
Probably wouldn't get food there again.
Yeah, I love Snoop, but if I walked into this and this was my local Blanera bread, I'd be walking out of the establishment.
And if you were a health inspector,
Mhm.
and you had to assign a letter grade based on the United States grading system,
Mhm.
what letter would you assign to a place with this as its basement?
Oh, Z.
B for bad.
B for bad?
Z for it's the last possible letter you could use.
Mhm.
Honestly,
It's
it might
at the
even be
end.
it might even be just R for rat. Like that. I don't know if that's on the U.S. grade, but as someone who's never worked for the food and health and safety departments, I think either B for bad or R for rat would be the clearest example for people.
The inspector nods and says, well, fortunately for this establishment, that's not what I'm here for.
Well, that's good. I
What are you
think.
here for?
What am I? I'm a cosmic health inspector.
My name's Cosmo. Does that
What?
do anything? My name's Cosmo.
No, I heard you. Why would
Yeah.
why would that do anything?
Well, I don't know if it's like the rat situation where like the name means something to you and like maybe I could get a job because I can also be Cosmo the health inspector.
Are you
I
willing
don't
to
think that's how that works.
are you willing to give up your corporeal form and spend thousands of years in training?
Can you ask me again in 80 years?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Yeah, okay.
set it on my
yeah.
calendar.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, great. No, I'm here to verify the cosmic stability of this establishment. Now, this place doesn't sit in normal space and time. That can potentially be a very dangerous thing, you understand.
Minute.
Very familiar with it.
Are you?
Question: Hey, you're a cosmic health inspector, right? You inspect the health and safety of things on a cosmic level. I
Yes.
push Iris forward. Hey, can you cosmically health inspect my friend, please? I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. Please.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
The cosmic health inspector reaches a hand forward, and you feel this sort of like pulsing sensation against you as the inspector goes, "Ugh," and quickly like files a report and slaps it on your chest with a big fat F on it.
Oh no, you failed, Iris.
I know, I'm not connected to reality.
Okay,
Ugh.
now that you've given her a failing grade, now tell them how they can fix the problem and
Fix
reopen
the
establishment.
problem.
Fix the problem. You got to tell us how to fix the problem.
I don't know. I've never seen a human. I can show you how I'd fix a normal one.
Sure.
Will they kill?
How's that go?
Oh, here, I'll show you. And he kind of like floats over to one of the walls and sticks a hand through like the wall
Mhm.
and does a yanking motion, which tears down the stone and brick. And behind it, you see maybe the Nevada desert. No, that's Vermont. Oh, wait, that's Mexico. And it's like shifting what's on the other side of it. And the inspector says, "See this? Very bad, very naughty." And sort of like waves a hand over it. And you see like both the bricks sort of come back into place and the location seems to stabilize as it quickly fades out of view behind the repaired wall. The inspector turns towards you, Iris, and says, "The repairment of matter, living matter, is an entirely different matter."
You know, I might be inclined to agree with you because I think if you did that to me, I might die like
That's
forever.
sort of my concern as well.
So what magical being, thing, department deals in living matter? Do you know anyone we can talk to?
Have you tried asking whatever did this to you?
It
It was
ate.
very hostile, and this happened to me because it ate me.
It was a time. Shoot, what was that called?
Temporal anomaly.
Anomaly. Yeah, it's not from this world, so it's not something we can seek out.
Yep,
It's
that's pretty typical with stuff like this. Have you tried escalating it to its manager?
I don't
We
think it has
would,
one.
but I don't know if it has one, and I can't ask because it's dead now.
Oh, actually, I do know who the manager is. I think that would, in fact, be the Harvester entity.
Oh. Well, I can't ask that because it's a little hostile towards me, I think. We talked this morning, but it was only really interested in like
You talked
being
to it this
here.
morning? What the fuck?
Oh, did I not
Iris,
tell you that?
no!
Listen,
Oh, is that why you were so sweaty?
Me and Arden ended up in here but there, and it was red and misty, and then I was like, oh, I could talk to Gregley's ghost, because Gregley's skeleton was in the yard, and then I was like, sup, Gregley, and then the harvester entity was like, why are you here? And we were like, we're just leaving.
Wait, Greg or like Greg of the Gregley or Greg of the Gardens?
I meant Greg of the Gardens.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
they're
that
the
makes way
same
more
to me,
sense.
except Greg of the Gardens is better.
Gregley's a little bit dead to me now. Anyway, okay, well, that's really horrifying and awful. I understand now why you were so sweaty. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was a little heated. We ended up over there, from the whatever height the doctor's floor is on. And as a being that can't fly, that was really scary. So I'm glad Arden was there.
See,
Well,
but
I turn back to this guy and I say, like, let me ask you then. Okay, you seem to be a part of the question mark department. I don't know whether you're an angel or a demon or some in between question mark. Can can demons fix this? Can heaven fix this? Like, I think demons are real. So by proxy, heaven's also real, right?
listen, I'm sorry there. Mortals, I'm afraid you just need to escalate it to its manager, hostile or not. They should have a better idea of how to fix this. But you need to understand the importance, this harvester entity, so to speak. Were it to get into a place like the Hotel Minnesota, and there were breaches, much like the one I just repaired, I need you to understand the power that thing would have. It would essentially have access to all of Earth simultaneously.
Like
I
different
know.
realities?
Not different realities, the same reality, but anywhere in space.
Bad. That's really bad.
It would essentially speed up a sort of takeover from maybe hours at best, knowing you humans, to minutes.
Hey, Iris.
Ponder for a moment.
Hey, Iris.
So, yeah.
Do you remember how Boo said that we destroy the world? I think I know how. Maybe we should
I grimace.
leave faster.
I think even if I wasn't in the Hotel Minnesota, it wouldn't improve anything.
I mean, what if it just happens while we're here? It wants anyone in the game, doesn't it? That it says anyone in the game is marked. It doesn't have to just be us. It could be anyone in this hotel.
Well, I mean, we're just kind of marked as in a beacon. I mean, that's the way I always interpreted that.
Isn't that the point? Is it's gonna track us down to wherever we are? If none of us happen to be in here, it can't find the hotel as easily, I guess.
Hey, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. I gotta go. And he writes up a quick report and slaps it on Cosmo's chest and says, "This place gets a B. And if you could just do me a favor and let's see here, Ted, who is the owner and operator of another another store here, that he's going to be due for a cosmic health inspection in 300 years."
Yeah, we can let him know.
Ted.
All right, thanks, bye, and
See ya.
disappears.
Okay, there he goes. I'm now thinking about how extremely dangerous it was for I almost said Panera Corporation, for Caldera to have literally every participant in the games in one building, detached from the rest of the world.
Well, if we're going off of what every single bizarre, seemingly evil but maybe isn't evil thing has been alluding to, is that I think Caldera really genuinely was the bad guy. That whatever we are, especially if those rats are right, that somehow whatever we're doing is summoning and taking out the protectors of this planet by going on these missions and killing random things. And how would Caldera even know that these things are evil in the first place? I don't know. I don't want to think this over. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly comfortable. We could talk about it some other time and just leave.
Yeah, come on. Let's go check in with Ted, and then let's go back to Blunken and see if they can make ice cream. I don't want to eat here.
I trust that the food's not contaminated because there's literally nothing down here, so I don't believe they got anything from down here. But also, it just kind of looks the way it does upstairs.
I can't take 30 seconds of that bright, awful, dirty yellow, or I'll just cry. I'd rather look at the pink of the Charmporium than the yellow I can almost smell in Snoop's restaurant.
Yeah. Ted time.
All
yeah,
right.
we got scooble dabble obble over to Ted.
You scooby dooby doo over to Ted to fill him in, but I think this is where we're going to wrap things up for today.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And next time, I think you guys will be heading out.
Yippee.
No, next time we're telling Ted about his 300 year from now inspection.
Okay.
For 15 minutes.
All right. Don't I'm not gonna remind you, so you guys gotta remember to do that. Otherwise, it's not happening. All right.
Beth, we gotta message each other every single day for the next week about this.
Yeah, I absolutely won't forget. Bye.
Bye.